You ever have one of those months where you're like, okay, clearly I'm the problem? Like, all the signs are there, the universe is showing you billboards in all caps, and you're still like, huh, weird that everyone's mad at me? That was me. That was my life. The time I accidentally dated 3 people at once. And I know how that sounds. You're already judging me. But hold on, let me explain. This wasn't some player era. I wasn't trying to be that guy. I wasn't juggling people on purpose. I was just lonely. Like, real lonely. The kind of lonely where you start romanticizing situationships, where attention feels like intimacy, where someone texting what you up to at 1 a.m. feels like love. You feel me? It all started after a breakup that felt like getting evicted from my own soul. I was in that post-heartbreak haze when everything's blurry and your confidence is somewhere in the Mariana Trench, and I just wanted to feel wanted again. I didn't want to fall in love. I wanted to feel like I could. So I downloaded the apps. I started going out more. I was back on my gym arc, had a little glow up, started dressing like I listened to Alt R and B, and had trauma. You know the look. And that's when it started. The messages, the matches, the attention. And listen, when you've been starved of affection for months, a little attention feels like a feast. It's intoxicating. So I let myself get carried. Person one, let's call her Kay. Kay was soft, emotionally intelligent, into healing crystals and morning journaling and looking you in the eye when you talk. She made me feel safe, but not in a boring way, in a warm way, like a weighted blanket for the soul. We met at a bookstore. I know, ridiculous. And she gave me this look, like she could already see the version of me I was trying to grow into. I wasn't ready for that kind of mirror. Person two, let's call him Jordan. Jordan had this wild, chaotic magnetism. He was reckless and funny and alive in a way that made me forget I was sad. We had this fast and furious kind of chemistry, like we were always 5 seconds from either making out or destroying each other. We met at a house party and talked for 3 hours in the kitchen about childhood wounds and astrology. He told me I was a Gemini moon, and that's why I couldn't make up my damn mind. Rude, but not wrong. And person three, that one hit different. We'll call them Riley. Riley was this non-binary poet who dressed like a Pinterest board and smelled like cinnamon and existential dread. Riley was all sharp edges and soft hands. They'd send me voice notes about capitalism and heartbreak and the death of language. I couldn't stop thinking about them, but I also couldn't figure them out. And that mystery, that kept me hooked. Here's where I messed up. I didn't set boundaries. I didn't communicate clearly. I didn't check in with myself. I just let things happen. I let the momentum carry me. Kay wanted to take things slow, so we had these long, thoughtful dates and deep convos about attachment styles. Jordan wanted fast passion, so we were always wrapped around each other like we were afraid of being alone with our thoughts. And Riley was this emotional riddle I kept trying to solve. I kept telling myself I wasn't dating any of them seriously, that I was just seeing where things go, that we were all adults, that it was casual. But that was a lie. I was emotionally invested in all three, and I was trying to meet different versions of myself through them. The turning point came one weekend when, and I swear I'm not making this up, all three of them asked to hang out, back to back. Friday night, Jordan. Saturday morning, brunch with Kay. Sunday afternoon, poetry open mic with Riley. I thought I could pull it off. I really thought I was smooth like that. Spoiler, I was not. Friday night with Jordan was fire. We ended up back at his place. Everything was intense and messy and magnetic. I left at like 3 a.m., emotionally drained but physically buzzing. Slept for like 4 hours, then woke up to a sweet little good morning text from Kay. She wanted to try this new breakfast spot. I pull up with 3 hours of sleep, hickeys on my neck, and guilt in my stomach, and she greets me with the softest smile and a little book she thought I'd like. I almost cried right there. Her kindness was suffocating. Not because it was too much, but because I knew I was lying by omission. I kept telling myself, you're not exclusive, it's not wrong. But my gut knew otherwise. I felt like I was shoplifting affection. Sunday comes round and Riley texts me, bring your favorite heartbreak song to the mic. I'm like, cool, cool, cool. Just let me gather the shattered pieces of my moral compass first. The poetry event is beautiful. We sit close, we hold hands. I tell them a story about my mom, and they listen like they've known me for years. I feel seen, really seen, and it hurts because they're all so different, and I love parts of myself with each of them. But I haven't told the full truth to any of them. That night, I'm lying in bed staring at the ceiling like I'm in a sad indie movie, and I realize I'm the villain, not on purpose, but still. I'm the one who's confused. I'm the one trying to patch my loneliness with attention. I'm the one who thinks I can heal in secret and still be good for someone else. And that's not how it works. People aren't band aids. Love isn't a distraction. And healing doesn't come from being desired by many, it comes from being honest with one, even if that one is yourself. So I did what I should have done weeks earlier. I called them, all three. Not in one big group call. I'm not that chaotic, but one by one. I told them the truth that I was hurting, that I got lost, that I blurred lines I shouldn't have, that I cared about all of them, but I hadn't been fair. Some of those calls went better than others. Jordan laughed and said he saw it coming. Kay was quiet for a long time, then said, "Thank you for finally saying it." Riley just said, "Huh," and hung up. We haven't spoken since. And you know what? I deserve that. I deserve the silence, the endings, the accountability, because sometimes growth doesn't come with closure. Sometimes it comes with sitting in your own mess and realizing you built it. And I think that's the part no one talks about. How easy it is to become the kind of person you swore you'd never be. Not because you're cruel, but because you're scared. Because you want to be loved so badly, you forget to love responsibly. I learned something wild from that chapter. Love isn't about how many people want you. It's about how you show up when someone does. Do you see them? Do you tell the truth? Do you love them with clarity, not confusion? I failed that test, but the failure woke me up. It showed me the parts of myself I'd been avoiding. The people pleaser, the romantic addict, the version of me that only felt worthy when I was being pursued. And listen, if you're in a place right now where you're craving connection so badly you're settling for chaos, I see you. I was you. And I'm telling you this not to shame you, but to remind you. Real love starts when you stop performing and start being honest with them, with yourself, especially yourself. I used to think being wanted by many was the dream. Now I know being known by one, deeply, fully, without the need to hide. That's the real flex. That's the healing. That's the kind of love I want now. The kind that feels like coming home, not hiding out. So yeah, that's the time I accidentally dated 3 people at once and broke my own heart in the process. But I came out cleaner, clearer, closer to myself. And maybe that's what some mistakes are for. Maybe that's why you're hearing this right now. Maybe you needed this story to remember what your heart deserves. Maybe you've been juggling too much, too many, for too long. And maybe it's time to choose honesty. Not just with them, with you. Because your peace is waiting on the other side of your truth. Go find it.